Welcome to Super Chevy Brothers Podcast. This is Chavar, joined by Chaval. Biko, what did Ryu say when Ken asked to borrow his belt?
What? I don't know.
Show you, Ken!
Oh my god, that was a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, I came up with that when I was drinking.
Sounds good. I'm glad you've been having a productive time drinking and maybe playing video games. Hopefully playing video games, I guess. Welcome to the Super Chevy Brothers Podcast. I'm Cheval. What have you been up to? What have you been doing besides the usual nothing that everybody's fucking doing these days? Or, unless you just, out there in pools and stuff, like all the good people of Houston. What have you been up
to? Working, not playing games, stuff of that nature.
Why haven't you been playing games?
Working. What don't you understand? I hate when you don't understand simple.
I mean, I play video games and that work.
But do you though? I mean, what did you play?
Yes.
What
Okay. So this week I'm still making my way through Nier Automata. I played some more of it. It made me sad because robots with feelings or whatever. It's really good. I don't want to spoil it. That's why I can't really say anything else. But I've been playing that. It's been going super well. Also, I took a break from Animal Crossing for a little bit, but me and Haley started playing Overcooked because I think one of the last times we played it, we got no. I think the last time we played it last year before we picked it up again last week. We yelled at each other because we got really mad because it was one of the burger levels. Like I think it was like the second or third section of the shit. And we never played it again, but we picked it back up, and it's been a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure a lot of the levels would be easier with 4 players.
Yelled at each other over.
Yeah, it was bad. We were both upset because we didn't know how to communicate while we were playing the game. But it got a lot better. We were a lot better at the game now. It's a lot more fun. But it was because I feel like she was trying to be competitive, and I was like, we're on a team. Like it's not competitive. We have the same goal. Don't try to do everything. Like that's the whole point of a co-op game. But yeah, no, it's been that's been a good diversion. I mean, I feel like the game's would be way easier if we had 4 people instead of 2. But yeah, because some levels are shitty with 2 people. Some levels are really bad with 2 people. We're almost done with it, but I might buy the second one after that. But yeah, I've been playing that Nier Automata and fucking shit. What's the other one? Oh yeah, no, I'm still playing Neo. I got stuck on a couple side missions. So I really.
You haven't finished Neo?
No, not yet, because it's a lot. I mean, it's
game
really.
It only takes 3 years.
It only takes 3 years. Listen, I understand what you mean, but
you're about to lose me because I've finished Neo 2. I beat the last mission on New Game Plus now. There's really nothing for me to do. Well, I mean I could like build the perfect thing, but there's really nothing to do until DLC comes out. So.
And then you don't play it because you'll be too busy playing other new games. Doesn't the first DLC come out in like July or something?
Comes out, I think it's June 30th or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
Bye.
Yeah. No. Then you're not. Well, you'll probably beat it for Tsushima comes out because I mean you beat the whole game and platinum it in like 2 weeks. So I don't think it'll be that hard. But okay, I mean, is there anything you're gonna start playing soon since you beat all that? I mean, we have a lot of games now, so.
Well, I'm streaming Mortal Kombat tomorrow.
Yeah, it should be fun. What platform are you doing it through?
PlayStation 4, dog. What are you talking about?
Okay, no, I know, but YouTube, Twitch, there's no place you don't type in ps4.com and watch streams.
I don't know. Twitch, I guess.
Twitch, yes. All right, people. It's a fucking. It's a fucking listen, it's a free for all. You'll find it when you find it.
Well, I mean, you know, the computer's how old is this computer? 2014 or something like that. I mean, it's done well, but it's old. And really old too. It's so we'll see. Whichever one works best.
Yeah.
If you see us on Twitch and then you see us on YouTube or what else? Where else can you stream? Facebook. Where else is streaming done?
YouTube, Twitch. I mean, right now it's just mainly YouTube and Twitch and Mixer or whatever the fuck that is. Nobody uses that though.
Tons of people use Mixer. They get millions of dollars for being on Mixer.
I mean, if you're Ninja.
Imagine if we were on Mixer, we made like $1 million.
Hi, Mixer. This is not sponsored, but it could be. It could be. That'd be cool. I mean, I think that would be ideal. Actually, I just don't think I don't think I want to play like Fortnite for 300 hours. People watch us do this on Mixer. That'd be cool. I could do that.
Oh, by the way, we failed. I had at least like 8 people ask me where the video was for the podcast.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm sorry that they expect things to actually work. Okay, so I will explain what happened behind that. That there is explanation. We'll put it in here so that people don't keep going back to that episode to wonder what happened. So we started recording through Zoom because that's the thing right now. I feel like it's a lot easier to like share screens and stuff like that compared to Skype. Skype kind of lags with screen sharing and stuff, but basically Zoom fucked up. I don't know what happened. I had the recording symbol on the whole time, and then when I looked at the recording, there was nothing there. It was just gone. Right now, I'm even like showing it in my screen recording. Like I'm poking the fucking thing that says recording on this computer, and it says recording currently going. But shit happens, so we'll make sure that next time this one should have a video with it. So sorry about that, guys, and you'll catch this one on YouTube probably the day after the podcast comes out. But yeah, no, screw that. That was
what. Why are we choosing YouTube as a platform? Why not?
Where else do people upload videos? What platform you got in mind?
There's World Star.
Oh God, no.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. So we're on Discord now. And you should, if you're on Discord, you should be able to hear us. There's no one else there. You should probably tweet out that we're on Discord now. And there's video, but there's also the issue of I don't know how to I don't know. It's just the video is weird. Sometimes it shows us, sometimes it shows everything else.
Oh yeah, yours is weird. Yeah, I know. Mine, I have both of our faces on the screen. So
no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Discord. See, this man don't listen.
Oh, Discord. I don't know what Discord is. Discord is, I don't know what that is.
Well, just so you know, for you listening on the headphones podcast version, we do episodes live now because I said so. So it's happening. It's happening right now.
He just decided
now because you're not listening to it live. But next time that when are we doing episodes?
Okay, so we're gonna start putting out episodes regularly. You should see them Wednesday evenings directly come into you if you're subscribed to our podcast, which you should be subscribed to our podcast on Spotify, iTunes, whatever your preferred thing is. But it'll be available Wednesday, and then Thursday, all the tweets will go out, and then it should also be on YouTube that same day. So Wednesday audio, Thursday YouTube. So look out for that. And if you actually want something to look at instead of just listening to us bicker, you can do that.
Hey.
So.
Do I have to explain my Street Fighter joke? I feel like it didn't land because you were talking during it.
No, I got it. I think I'm pretty dumb, so I think most people will get it. I think that's yeah.
If you say so.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. So so we're happy we got a schedule going. We're gonna have YouTube videos. We also have more YouTube videos coming after that. Shavar is definitely streaming Mortal Kombat Aftermath tomorrow, May 26th, not tomorrow after the podcast comes out. It's already passed by then. But if you listen on the Discord, Shavar is.
By the time you listen to, no, you know what? It depends how much fighting is in this episode on when the episode might be out same day. Who knows?
Listen,
We'll
I'm keeping it to a minimum. I'm trying to be calm. I'm trying to be zen. I ate a lot of CBD before this. I pet a cat. I took like 6 Xanax, so it should all be okay. It should all be fine.
Why are you promoting drug abuse?
There's nothing wrong with drug abuse.
It's got abuse in the name. What are you talking about? There's nothing
so
wrong.
So what? Words are just things.
Yeah.
Happy Memorial Day.
All right, Keemstar. Yeah.
Happy Lord. Oh, by the way, did you see he uploaded another video today?
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. We have some.
Winter.
Yeah, we have some viewer questions.
You want to do those first? Anyway. Okay, cool.
No, we'll do those later. We'll do them later. Okay. We'll do viewer stuff later. We'll do that later. We'll do that later. I'm trying to get to the docket here. See, with all these videos and recording and streaming, a computer's so slow. I really need to get a new one.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I am technically borrowing somebody else's computer to do this, but I should be able to get a new one soon because my current laptop, the one that was actually mine, it shit itself, and now the screen doesn't work. But I'm gonna hook it into a TV so I can actually see the screen, so it shouldn't be that bad. But yeah, no, So send us money if you want to. If you want to help us get new computers, that'd be cool. We do work though. But yeah, no. Do you want to talk about things and stuff?
Yeah. Okay. Did you hear the quack?
Yes.
But I don't feel like it was coming. I feel like it's coming from my monitor.
It might. Wait, do it one more time.
Here we go. Yeah. Oh my God, this computer.
No, I didn't hear it that time.
No, I didn't get to click it because my mouse isn't responding. Oh God.
Things be happening.
Yeah, that's definitely from the monitor. That's not.
Oh, what? That doesn't even make any sense.
I know, right?
Gosh.
See,
good old computers.
Well, it's. There we go.
See, and that's why you listen to live episodes, because you can listen to us fix shit. I promise, it's worth the extra 30 or 40 minutes you'll be here. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, okay. It works.
What is that?
Huh?
What is that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. All right. Was that a real slap? What? No, he had a real one this whole time?
I told you years ago it's a real slide whistle.
No, I didn't believe you.
That is the only time I'm going to acknowledge that because I have no idea what you're talking about.
What? It's a real one? I thought it was a fucking soundboard. Anyway, okay. Let's talk about stuff. Let's talk about things.
Round 1. Fight!
All right, so guys, in case you didn't know, Mafia 2 and 1 are getting remastered. Actually, Mafia 2 remaster is already out. So this is actually something that leaked a couple weeks ago, right before they announced it. I think it was like 2 days before they announced it. And also, sorry, I forgot to mention this. If you have Epic Game Store or whatever, Civ 6 is free. We usually mention the new free games, but yeah, if you have a PC, get it. It's free until May 28th. Yeah, so Mafia 2, which originally came out in I think 2009. They released the definitive edition because it's a part of the Mafia trilogy re-release that they're doing. So Right now, you can get the Mafia 3 DLC for free.
Free. That's pretty cool. So you don't have to buy it again.
Exactly. It's a super free. I think we had some of the DLC, we didn't have all of it, so it was cool that now we have all of it. So I might actually go back to the game, even though the end of it is stupid repetitive. But KKK members, you can shoot them, so that's fun. But yeah, so Mafia 1, that remaster is actually coming out later this year. It's planned for
the trailer, or he's showing the thing.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna show this footage real quick. This footage is of the game running on PC. This is of the actual definitive edition. So the only problem with these remasters is that, you know, they're not running very well. So if you take the time to like watch any like YouTuber videos or any like comparison videos of like the original versions of Mafia 2 compared to the new definitive edition, like some textures are updated, some things look better, but the game runs worse. Like I read a couple reviews where the game runs like 20 something frames per second when you're in indoor buildings. Like the game doesn't run very well at all. Like
I was watching today, I was watching a streamer. So while I work, right, it gets pretty boring sitting in. I sit right here the whole day, nothing going on, and working. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 monitors in front of me the whole time. And so what I do is I like to watch some smaller streamers. You know, so there's this girl, she's got like ridiculously loud and kind of sounds a little try-hardy, but it's fine. She was playing Mafia. That's all I want to see. I want to see Mafia.
Yeah.
And she had like 10 people watching. And to me, that's a good time. I like small rooms. But it looked fine when I was watching her play. She was playing Mafia 2. And graphically it looked better, of course, but it was fine. But it was a stream, so who knows what it really looks like up close. I asked her if they had patched it, and she said she didn't know, but she could understand the frame pacing issues. So I think the streamer's name was Meowthy or Meowther. I don't know. Meow with a TH and something. Right. If you're interested in that, but I don't know. I just found it today. But yeah, I mean, it looks okay. It runs really bad. I watched Digital Foundry as well, and they were not.
They weren't kind. Yeah. Yeah, and as you can see from the video that's on the screen right now, yeah, the game literally runs worse on, you know, in the newer version of the game. And it sucks because I'm pretty sure on PC they got a free update to the definitive version, and it literally runs slower. So it's kind of fucked up. I mean, I wanted to buy it. I was kind of sad because I was literally about to click like buy in the PlayStation Store, and then I went and looked up footage, and it was like, oh, just kidding. It plays like shit. Don't play it. And, you know, Mafia 2, I really love Mafia 2 because I remember when we bought it, we couldn't stop playing it at first. It was so good.
Well, the update to fix it was is that video? I don't know how it looks like on the stream, but to me, it looks like your video is going at 10 frames a second.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, it looks good on my screen. I don't know.
Oh, it looks good on your screen. Okay.
Yeah, I can see the differences, but yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, the thing is they put out a patch, and the patch made it worse. So the patch removed the PlayStation Pro, Xbox One X, which from now on I'm just going to call the Xbox because that's the acronym for it anyway.
Yeah,
so
smarter.
Yeah, that sucks. I hope they fix that because I do want to play that game. It does look fun. Again, it's one of my favorite games. I do want to play it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really excited for the remaster of the first one because I never did play that one, and you know, by the time I got around to being really into Mafia, the first one looked really old. So I was like, let's hope they remaster this or something. And they're like remaking it. That's cooler. So I'm glad I get to play that later. So, but what are you?
I'm just hoping that your voice is also coming through on Discord. That's all. I can't.
I hope so. I hope it is. I hope it is. Yeah, no, but I mean, not gonna lie though, it is kind of disappointing only because like I really liked Mafia. I really thought it deserved better, but I mean, we'll see. I mean, there are some other remasters that came out that do run better, and so it's possible that they can fix this. Because I mean, you know, Saints Row 3 got remastered, and it also came out, and it worked. It looks pretty good. It runs better. They like updated the textures. They like changed the art style a little bit. So they could fix this. It's just it sucks because it's like, okay, like all we asked is that, you know, we just wanted the game, because they're not even like remaking it. It's just, you know, they updated the textures. So I would rather they just say, hey, we just polished the shit. Here you go. So I'm kind of, you know, like whatever about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I mean, shout out to them. I mean, I'm gonna play the Mafia 3 DLC probably soon because now we have all of it, and that will be a good time waster. So. What was that? What was that for?
Definitely.
Round 2. Fight.
All right, so in news that kind of shows, I don't know what it is about Fortnite. I don't know, people keep gravitating towards to do things. So we had the Travis Scott concert a couple weeks ago. We had all these other things happen in Fortnite, and most recently, Christopher Nolan debuted the trailer for his long ass movie. This one's not about space or Batman or anything. It's about, I think it's like a James Bond-ish thing they're going for. I don't know, but it looks good. I'll probably end up watching it, even though I haven't watched like the last 3 Nolan movies.
Go ahead and
it's fucking long.
say the name of the movie. Tenet. So it's Tenet movie. I mean, I want to watch it. I'm not like, I like Christopher Nolan movies. I like how he shoots the movies. They like, you know, you have movies that come out every day that have like Gerard Butler in them or something, right. And there's nothing. I mean, maybe you like action movies or like that's not it, but like watching a movie and enjoying outside of the story and outside of the performances, like how it looks and how it's shot and how you do camera stuff and those kind of things. That's really interesting to me. So I like his movies for that. I think they're shot really nice and directed. Right. So I'm looking forward to Tenet. I'm surprised it's even coming out with the Corona thing because I still don't think it's gonna get. They've put this movie up because that's Denzel Jr., right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Denzel Jr. And man, this really looks bad on my stream. I mean, it's just looking like a frame a second.
I'm sorry about that. Looks good.
That's fine.
It's good for me. I mean, hopefully the YouTube video is better. But I mean, I always like his movies. I think that they're good. I haven't caught the last couple because I wasn't interested in space stuff, and I didn't get to see Did he do Dunkirk? Was that him? Not Dunkirk. The other one, 19, whatever the fuck.
I think he did Dunkirk.
Okay, yeah. I didn't see that one either. I need to catch up on those, but like. No, I'm excited. I just think it's weird that I don't know. I feel like the Fortnite thing. It's like, why does Christopher Nolan need Fortnite? I don't know. I
don't think he needs it, but you have to admit, no matter what you think of Fortnite as a game, maybe it's a shit game, maybe it's a great game, whatever. But it's a game a whole bunch of people play. A lot of kids, it's a lot of kids and teenagers and high school kids and junior high kids, but there are lots of adults that play it. I mean, Ninja is making millions off of it, right? And if you want to reach a lot of people, that's a place to do it. And then if you want to reach a lot of people and kind of say like, whatever you're into, I appreciate. Video games is a way to do it. I mean, there are a lot of kids and young people who are going to play Fortnite, see this trailer thing and be like, oh, that's cool. Maybe they wouldn't have seen it before, not being interested. Or even it's like, that's cool that they put that in my game. I want to support that. I know it sounds stupid, but advertising makes a bajillion dollars for a reason. It works on some people. It works on most people. It's not the way you think it does. So, I don't think it's that weird. Same with Joe Biden. being in Fortnite. I mean, it's cringy, but hey, one day it's gonna happen. If you remember, it's like presidents will never be on the Twitter, and the first president to get in when Twitter exists he's on Twitter, right?
He's on Twitter and won't shut the fuck up. Yeah.
Well, him that too, but also like Obama was the first president we had, and that became president while Twitter was a thing.
Yeah,
and he's on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
So,
that's true.
Things change.
That's true.
I think it's fine. I think it's not that big of a deal. I think we should expect this more. I'm expecting for the next, anime movie to get advertised in Neo. I'm waiting for it. It's gonna happen. These things.
Yeah, I know you're right. I mean, and it does make sense. I mean, it's not like Fortnite, like you have to pay anything to play it. I mean, it's a free to play game. Like you said, it kind of creates more accessibility. So it makes sense that they would kind of do something like that. I mean, yeah, it's like the Travis Scott concert thing. Like, obviously, there's obviously some overlap there with the audiences somewhere. I couldn't, explain it, but yeah, no. I mean, I think that we're just gonna keep seeing more stuff like this. I mean, we already see cross promotion with all kinds of things. Like, what was it that people used to get on Final Fantasy 15 for all like the ramen stuff and everything in it, or like.
Yeah, right. Like,
yeah. So there's been weirder stuff, so I guess. So yeah, no. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to the fact that it's 3 hours and 15 minutes. I might wait until I can watch it in my house, but we'll see.
I mean, it's a film. Just enjoy it. Yeah.
I'll catch like a 10 a.m. showing, so I don't like pass the fuck out in the middle of it because I'm tired.
And you calling me the old man? You can't sit through a movie.
A 3 hour and 15-minute movie. I still haven't watched The Irishman because I'm like, no, like I got other stuff I want to do. Like, I'm not doing that right now.
But Irishman's on Netflix. You can fucking sit at home and watch.
Yeah, but like that's the thing is like I want to find a time when like I have 3.5 fucking hours that I don't want to be doing anything else. I want to pay full attention to that, and I cannot find that time because I don't think that.
I'm gonna blow your goddamn mind right now. Check this out. You don't have to. You could just turn it on, play with your balls, run around animal.
But I don't want to do that because I want to remember the movie and watch it.
Then watch it again. Here's the thing.
No, I don't want to watch a 3.5 hour movie 4 times.
No. Here's the thing. Because I used to do this too. I used to have the anal retention of watching things. I would just hold them and not watch them. And what happens is eventually you lose interest and you never end up watching it. For example,
that's not true.
I heard far and wide how amazing that what is it? Oh, who's that? Who's coming in my door? Hi, Mom. Goodbye. I heard for not years, a lot, how wonderful that the big booty Nicki Minaj video was. I just I'll get to it. I don't know, one of those songs. I was like, I'll get to it. And to this day,
you're comparing a Nicki Minaj music video to a film or a TV show. There are shows that I'm just now watching that I wanted to watch like 3 years ago. I still enjoy them. Like, I'm gonna get around to it. Like The Irishman.
You don't know that.
Yeah, I am going to get around to it. And I mean, if I'm going to live my life like, I don't know if I'm going to get around to it, then so what if I don't watch a TV show that I wanted to watch? I mean, listen, I'll watch it. I'll probably watch this movie. If I'm bored one day and I'm like, yeah, let me go spend 3.5 hours in the theater and go in there at 10 a.m. and walk out at 5 because, trailers and other shit. Yeah, no, I might do that. So we'll see. In Irishman, I may watch that before 2020 ends. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe around Christmas time, I'll watch it. I don't know.
All right, if you say so. I don't give a shit what you want.
I know you don't. Never do.
Not care what saying. Best way to watch it. To watch it.
It's gonna blow my ears out when I try to listen to this later.
Is it that hard? Is it that high? I don't think so. Okay. I brought the volume down pretty much.
Yeah, no, you have brought it down a lot. Don't do it again.
I think that one's just naturally loud.
Oh my god. Okay. So this one's actually funny. Shavar sent this to me before.
Well, I sent this to you for a reason. Go ahead, whatever. Finish.
he sent this to me before it was confirmed that it was kind of bunk. I'm pretty sure. I know Shavar didn't automatically think it was real. I know he was just saying it to me because it was like, ooh, look. But yeah. So,
if you last episode we had a fight about Gran Turismo, of which I cut out 10 minutes of arguing about the validity of arguing about Grant. It's the stupidest thing.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to prove to Vico that Grand Theft Auto is still
Grand Theft Auto?
thing. It's still a thing. So
yeah.
Continue your story.
What the heck? Hold up. Can you give me 1 second?
Okay, go ahead.
No, just kidding. Okay. I think everything's fine. Okay, so basically, PlayStation so a PlayStation license racing cockpit manufacturer. What was the name of the manufacturer? I'm not sure exactly what it was called, but they posted this poster of this. They're like promoting their new thing, and it had like a Dirt 5 thing, which we've seen Dirt 5. It was announced. Forza, I think 2020, and then what looks to be Gran Turismo 7. And then it turns out that Sony came out and they're like, yo, there is no Gran Turismo 7. What are y'all talking about? Next Level Racing was the name of the person who put this image out. So their statement says, our team has recognized that a recent post by us using a logo has been misinterpreted by media and does not reflect any information from our end. And we deny knowing any information regarding the launch of Gran Turismo 7. There have been assumptions made in the media that are quite simply untrue. Due to this, we have decided to take down our previous social post. Our graphic design department used the mock logo that is circulated on the internet. We do apologize for any confusion that we may have caused. So they basically said...
What are they?
So they make Next Level Racing, an official PlayStation licensee that creates high-end racing cockpits, stands, and more. So
they make racing cockpits and stands for Sony.
Yes, yeah. They're officially
just
licensed by Sony. Yeah, they're licensed by Sony.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
so it's not just Sony. Yeah,
and so they put out this image advertising themselves, and they have all these logos on it for a game that might not exist.
Yeah. So Sony had to come out and be like, we don't have it. There is no Gran Turismo 7, which may or may not be true. Maybe it means they're just not ready to announce it yet. But which is funny. I don't think it exists. I don't think it really exists yet. Either that or it's not ready to even show yet.
That's kind of irresponsible to put that on a post. I mean, it's not like the worst thing in the world, but like you have a license with the company to make things for them, and then you make a mock logo of one of their products on your thing, or everyone's just bullshitting us, and Gran Turismo 7 is definitely coming out in 2020.
I think what if, I mean, I think
it's not coming out in 2020, but
it's not coming out in 2020. I think it'd be funny if it was a launch title, but it's not coming out in 2020. I think what it is that it's either it does exist and they accidentally use the logo when they weren't supposed to, or they just put some shit up there and they thought nobody would notice, or that like Sony wouldn't be that mad or something. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of silly, but if you saw this and you didn't know the rest of the story, Gran Turismo 7 is not, there's no actual news for it yet, but we'll see. Yeah, but I don't want a Gran Turismo 7. I'm good. I'm
good.
Okay, so next topic. So sure, this is actually yours. Something about the Snyder Cut.
Really got to work on your segments, buddy. You're not good at segmentizing.
You're the one. You got the same schedule as me. You already know who's up next.
Yeah, but the whole point of having things like, round 1, round 2, 6, not 7, is so you don't. it's so that you don't say okay next thing. You know what I mean? Because it's like it's redundant.
All
It's
right.
redundant.
Okay. Well, if you're done lecturing, would you please get into the topic?
After you pick up the syllabus, so a few years ago there was a meme that started about a horrible movie named Justice League.
Terrible
Justice
fucking
League,
movie.
one of the worst superhero movies to ever have been made. Definitely, I think the absolutely most disappointing superhero movie to ever be made. It was well known that Zack Snyder left the film. And who took over? The comic book man. What's comic book man?
The comic book man. I don't know.
He makes comics.
Brian Bendis.
No.
Michael
Bendis.
Brian Bendis.
I don't know. The director who did the Avengers, right? He does some. He does one.
Yeah, Joss Whedon.
I think it was Whedon. Whedon took over, and the movie came out, and it was a poor movie. And people who are really big fans of DC or Batman or Superman or whatever, it became this thing where there's this rumor that Zack Snyder had made a cut of this movie that didn't get put out, and Whedon went in there and just butt plugged it and made the worst movie possible. Right?
I mean, does the beard go away though?
I don't know, but this became a meme because the movie's so bad. It doesn't matter if there's another extra hour of filming that was done or that is done or whatever. It can't get better. So people would make jokes about releasing the Snyder Cut, you Illuminati motherfuckers. And then they said, okay, they're going to do it. So this Snyder Cut's coming out. I don't know how it's happening because as far as I know, a lot of the things they're talking about weren't even filmed. So I don't know if they're going to go back and film things.
Well, that's the thing, right? So as you can see from the trailer that we're showing, it came out in 2020. In 2021,
my wife is talking to me. What? Be quick. Say it fast. She just left. She ran away like a little. She smiled and then ran. Okay, go ahead.
So basically, yeah. So as you can see from this trailer, it's supposed to come out 2021. And yeah, that's what I was thinking is like, well, none of these things were actually filmed. What are you talking about, Snyder Cut? And yeah, I've heard that like he's been trying to get the actors back, like the original cast back together to reshoot things for a movie that already fucking came out like what, 3 or 4 years ago? Like,
but
what is going on?
There's a lot of money. There's a lot of money to be made. So,
oh God. Oh Jesus! I'm sorry, I didn't even watch Justice League. I didn't even watch the
seen
original.
it.
No, okay. I didn't because I didn't care. I didn't like. BVS was bad. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I rewatched Man of Steel and it wasn't really memorable. I mean, it's
the only reason really to watch Justice League and I mean the best DC movies are just okay.
Yeah.
Like Shazam is just an okay movie. Wonder Woman is just an okay movie.
I couldn't finish Wonder Woman. That's my admission.
Except for the fucking math teacher. Jesus Christ.
That movie was fucking boring.
And it doesn't matter. Watching Justice League will make you. It's a weird thing. Watching Justice League will make you appreciate the Avengers way more because it's just done better. I mean, the movies are made better, they're written better, they're directed better. But the whole idea of these films is that you have films that play like comic books. There's this cohesive running story that spans years, right? And then Iron Man came out in 2008 or something,
some shit like that. And then that story closed like what, last year.
Right, and it's a whole story that runs from beginning to end. That's like the whole point of them making it. And then seeing DC try to do this over and over and over and over again, and then all the failures come together to be this really hard, stinking fecal ball of movie.
Jesus.
It's hilarious.
It just wasn't. I mean,
and to know there's an hour more of it is even more hilarious. In that they've gone with this meme and said, "Yeah, we're going to release."
It's even funny that people want. I mean, yeah, you are right. It's a meme, but I have also seen people who don't think it's a meme. Like they will argue with people in Twitter comments about like why it needs to be released. I've seen people in the middle of comments be told, "You do realize none of this has been filmed, right?" And then the person will still be
some
like,
of it I'm sure some of it was filmed and a lot of it.
Yeah, like some of it, but a lot of it
because when Whedon got in there, he reshot stuff. Stuff was reshot because he's like, this is garbage.
He's like, Jesus, what can I do for this?
Speaking of bad movies, did you see on Netflix there's a movie called John Henry?
Oh God, I've seen screenshots from it. I've seen people tell me I should watch it because it's really bad. So
I watched this movie. This movie is it's like it.
I've seen Ludacris with like the Thanos like chin piece thing. That's all I've
it makes black people look bad. It's a really bad movie. And like, okay, so there are lots of things wrong with this movie. I don't want to talk about Batman anymore. I want to talk about John Henry.
Oh God.
So I decided to watch this movie while I think we were making Mexican food, maybe something like that. Lots of things wrong with this movie. The plot is so thin. Like what is happening in the movie? There are it's guacamole. I see every time I want to say Guatemalan, I say guacamole because I was making Mexican food for this movie. The Guatemalans, I'm pretty sure, or they're from South America, and they come up to see a half brother. The half brother's like, fuck off, and one girl gets kidnapped to be a prostitute or something. I don't know. John Henry's this guy who lives with his dad. John Henry's played by Old Spice Man, and he lives with his dad. Dad's
Old Spice Man. Terry Crews isn't Old Spice Man anymore.
Guatemala girl escapes to his home. She doesn't speak English, so dad does speak Spanish. So they're speaking Spanish to each other. And John Henry's trying to figure out how to help this girl, and she gets involved with the brothers and all this stuff. And John's got this past of he curb stomped this guy and killed him, and he's like, I'm never killing anyone again. And he shot Ludacris in the face when he was a baby, and now that's why Ludacris doesn't have a chin. The movie is
what?
It's really, yeah, I know. It's directed horribly. It's like someone made an end. They had a vision for the end of a movie and then said, let's fill it in. Okay? They did that. 2, a lot of the actors in this movie don't need to be in this movie. Like Terry Crews can do anything. I mean, what do you think?
I'm watching this trailer and this looks really bad.
Terry Crews he can be any comedy he wants to be in. He can be in any TV show he wants to. He's Terry Crews, right? He's so many people know him. Ludacris doesn't need to be in here. That man was in Fast and Furious, and whatever you think of the Fast and Furious movies, those movies make dollars.
No, he's in like the newest ones too. He's been in them for years.
He's been in them since the second one.
Yeah,
he only missed out on the first one. He caught the wave. You know what I mean? He doesn't need to be in here. Terry Crews' dad, why is he even in movies anymore? That guy, whatever. Plot, horrible. Actors that shouldn't be in there. The acting, there isn't acting in the movie. It's hard to explain. There is no acting happening in the movie.
And then the trailer looks like really bad. That's all I have to like.
Okay, this is how the movie opens three times. It opens 3 times. First is like this video montage of young John Henry and his cousin or something, and the movie opens. And then there's another video montage of John and his cousin and his dad. And then the movie starts. And then there's a scene for no reason where a gangster, because I'm sure that's how they listed him in the script, Gangster 1, runs over a dog
What?
who happens to be owned by John Henry. John Henry goes in the street, picks up the dog, and the gangster gets angry that he's picking up the dog because the dog dented his car. So the gangster points a gun at his face, and John Henry walks into his home. And then for the third time, the movie starts because that's when the title John Henry pops up on the screen again. Now, I don't fucking know. At the end, I'm sorry, I'm going to spoil.
No, spoil it. I don't care.
Because literally nothing happens from the beginning to the end. Like that, what I just told you there was the first 10, 15 minutes of the movie. And then at some point, Guatemala girl is in a prostitute house that gets shot up. That happens like in the first 20 minutes. And then after that, a whole lot of nothing until the last 10 minutes.
Isn't this just fucking like, it's supposed to be like Black John Wick? Like, what are they going for with this? I don't.
No, it's like working the railroad, John Henry with the hammer, except he's a real guy and he's tall.
Are you fucking kidding? That's what they're going for.
And yeah, it's because when you watch the movie,
I thought that was a coincidence. I didn't think. Oh no.
No, when you watch the movie and the way the movie's structured, it's like a Western. The music, it's hip hop. There's a lot of hip hop in it, of course, because black people, you don't have hip hop in a black movie. But a lot of it's like
release this in February. Oh god.
A lot of this. Well, Corona, baby.
Oh god.
That's what happened. And so
it's Corona time. Hey, it's Corona time right now.
Yeah.
Corona time.
I'm so mad. I didn't know that was real. Oh my god.
Yeah, and then so they do this thing where like,
okay, we can talk about
yeah, it's like a spaghetti western. Not a spaghetti. It's a western, like in the music and the standoff. There are duels with no guns, and they do this thing where I don't know. The girl, like the love interest in the movie, is a woman who works at a pharmacy who's not like on purpose. The film makes this a thing. She's not particularly attractive, and that's like a thing that they point out for a good 2 minutes for whatever.
All right. I can't handle this fucking movie anymore.
Hey, it's a really, really bad movie.
If you have nothing to do, I guess you should watch this.
No, don't. No, because it really does make, it's like, oh my God, black people should never make movies again. Because there's so many black people in this, and it's so bad.
Look at these YouTube comments. This movie was like some high school senior's final project.
Yeah, it is. It's like if someone made like a movie on YouTube and like uploaded it in 3 parts, but then they didn't edit it. They just put it all out there with the cuts and the like. It's really bad. And you have to buy it on some platforms. On Netflix, it's free. I thought, this is a free Netflix movie because
no, it's not.
It's on Prime. You can buy it on for like $3 on Prime. It's on Fandango, the rental thing. Also a fucking hoax. Don't ever use Fandango. All those movies on Fandango are free somewhere, unless it just came out. But they're still usually free.
Oh my god.
Anyway, yeah, that's the whole.
Listen, it looks terrible. I don't know why you would watch that. I'm sad you did that to yourself. That does suck.
I was making tacos, so it was okay.
Okay. You loud ass bullshit. All right.
So I think that one was supposed to be the main top. What's going on here? Did you not move it?
Oh yeah, no, I didn't move it. Yeah, no. I got you.
Look at this.
Sorry about you.
All right, it's fine. So I always like the behind the scenes of games. Who doesn't like the behind the scenes of games? Know what happens, know how things get made. You spend so many hours in them, it's kind of cool to know. So this week it was revealed, and I don't know how true this is, right? It's a story. It's anecdotal. But it was revealed that in the first Assassin's Creed, which to me is one of the better Assassin's Creed, all the side missions, or at least most of the side missions, were added in within the last 5 days before the launch because the CEO, his kid played the game and said, yo, this shit boring.
Yeah.
He said it's too short. There's nothing to do. I'm just running the story missions. And if I'm just going to run the story missions, you might as well just put me in the missions. Hey, that's a smart kid because the game,
Did this kid invent side missions for the next generation of consoles?
Well, he probably ruined the Assassin's Creed franchise because of how many missions they have in them now and how many collectibles and all like that. You know what I mean? He probably
he fucked
set
the
us
whole
up this
series
trend.
up. Well, no, I mean, okay,
But-
so I remember playing Assassin's Creed 1 because it took me like 4 years to beat it because I got bored. It's because the side missions are bad. Like, the side missions are really bad.
No, they're not bad.
Yes, they are. They're the same like 4 or 5 missions, and then they repeat 10 times over throughout the game. Stalk this person. Go find this person. Ooh, you get an extra assassination. Go find this. Go fetch this. Go get this. Here's a feather. Here's a feather. Go get this. Here. It's so bad, and you can tell they added it in 1 week. So I'm not surprised by this at all.
If you say so. I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, it's old, right? Maybe, sitting on nostalgia here, but I enjoyed the game. But it is kind of funny that they added all of that in 5 days, which makes you think how
the fuck are they doing most of the time?
Well, you know what it is? Making a video game is probably similar to like building a couch. Right? The hard part is at the beginning. Framing, sizing, putting on the leather, all that stuff. The easy part, moving the cushions around, adding a thing here and there, that can be done and undone fast enough where you can do it in fewer than 5 days. I'm sure making video games the same. It's like making a God blackened couch, right?
Yeah.
That's what I think. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but it says something when you can do that in 5 days.
Yeah, I have no idea what you just said, but yeah, I think that makes sense. So yeah, I think. Well, that's what I thought. It was strange because yeah, I mean, okay, it's not to say that the missions. Listen, I didn't like the missions, right? I got tired. That's like part of the reason I didn't finish Assassin's Creed 1 as fast as I should have because I got bored, right? Assassin's Creed 2. That's why I beat it. Assassin's Creed 2 is coming out soon, and I was like, okay, I have to beat it if I play 2. So I will say the missions didn't seem like pasted in there. It didn't seem like they were like crappy or anything like that. But like, you know, you can tell that it wasn't like this super fleshed out thing. Now people's complaint about, like Shabar was joking about earlier, like people say the newest games, Odyssey and Origins, is way too goddamn long. That they even said, "Oh, Valhalla isn't as bad. It's not as much content. Don't worry." Which I think that's hilarious. They're gonna tell people, "Oh, there's actually less stuff to do in this game. Don't worry." Like people don't want more shit to do. But I mean, yeah, it makes kind of wonder how much shit. Because like one, I wonder what kind of crunch that was, or if it was a crunch, or if it was just kind of like, "Hey, can you guys just do this in a few days, and then you know it won't take you guys that long, right?" I wonder like how much work went into that, but I also wonder like, wow, is it that easy to do it? Like, is it really that easy?
Well, I don't know if I doubt it was easy. Here's what happened. You know what probably happened? Kid was playing it. The CEO says, "Hey, change this. This is bullshit. The game is out in 5 days. There is nothing you can't delay it. Like there comes a point where you can't delay a game, right?
Yeah.
Without like heavy losses. So you just hey, get in there all day and night, do it."
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of the game industry. I mean, it's kind of fucked up
No one's
that's
fired.
a lot of time. So
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, but you're right. I mean, it's kind of funny you say that, but I really do feel like that kid kind of fucked up the Assassin's Creed series because over time the game got. I feel the game hit a sweet spot at. I know I said Revelations is a great game, but I feel like the sweet spot of the series was Brotherhood. I know people say Black Flag was great. I haven't played Black Flag, so I'm sure it is better. But from what I played, Brotherhood was perfect. It had a perfect amount of side missions. It had a lot of side missions, but they didn't feel like overwhelming. Could do most of the shit in the game. Great stuff to unlock. Great. Revelations, there's some shit I did not want to fucking do, but I ended up doing it anyway. I've watched people play Origins and Odyssey on YouTube. Nah, man. Nah. That game's got too much. Those games got way too much shit in them. Whenever I play them, I know I'm not going to 100% because I'm not wasting 3 years playing one game. Because, yeah, there are people who still only play Origins or Odyssey. Like, they haven't even played the next game yet because there's just so much shit in one of them. Yeah, but
I'm a little confused.
About what?
Good. Like, we'll see.
We'll see.
No, not 6. I said 7. Nobody's coming up with 6. Who works out in 6 minutes? You won't even get your heart going, not even a mouse on a wheel.
Okay. So I thought that this is pretty cool. So Game Informer did a interview with Ed Boon about the Mortal Kombat Aftermath DLC that is coming out tomorrow, that once again Shar is streaming on May 26th. Keep an eye out for it on Twitch or YouTube or whatever he decides to use, but he said he's going to use Twitch, so let's hope that. But it's a fucking scavenger hunt. So Ed Boon did a little Q&A with Game Informer about, different things about the series, just kind of some different, pop culture things that have been going on too that may be like Mortal Kombat, adjacent. I'm going to skip that only because I don't want to get flagged. Yeah, so YouTube. So because all the YouTubers got to make stuff blue. I could probably just do that anyway, honestly.
Yeah, just do it up.
Yeah, just make it blue. So anyway, the DLC, which comes with all this stuff, we'll talk about it later. That's one of our later topics. But Ed, talked about some questions in terms of what are some things they're adding. So
I think the correct terminology is Ed answered.
Yeah.
Some questions.
Ed answered some questions from Game Informer. So really what they were talking about is that, this is the first time they're like, oh shit, we have a story, and we actually we felt like this was like the closing chapter, but we felt like, you know what? Fuck it. We can keep it going. We can do more time travel stuff to make it work. So he said so the story was that area that a lot of our fans love, that part of Mortal Kombat, the story mode, the narrative, all that stuff. So, I think it's cool that he recognizes that, like people actually like the story. It's not like a joke thing. I know that like there used to be this running joke in, the gaming community that Mortal Kombat has a story, but like it has a story. Like,
well, I mean, there's a joke that it's fighting games have stories. This is a joke, but like what Mortal Kombat does with their stories, it's changed what every other fighting game does. Street Fighter now has a story mode. Tekken has a story mode now. Like everyone follows suit because you just build a bigger. The core of the games is something that anybody can play, right? Anybody can pick up games and play, but like the core of the games is competition, being competitive, and it's hard to get good, and it's hard. A lot of people don't pick up fighting games. That's why they died for like, I don't know, what was it, 7-8 years? There were no real fighting games coming out because only hardcore people could get into them and play them. But the thing is, when Mortal Kombat came back, they said, why does the lore have to be buried in text images and end credits for, beating the boss? Make a story. And tons of people hop on to Mortal Kombat because there is more attachment. And that's what's happening with Tekken now. Same as happening with Street Fighter. Like you get to, it's just adding more to it. So, I'm happy there's more to the story. I was worried we'd have to wait for another game. And this game kind of feels like maybe there's not another Mortal Kombat.
Well, that's what he was kind of saying in the Q&A. And I mean, one thing he was saying in the Q&A is that like, this isn't the last Mortal Kombat. Like they're going to make more. But he did say that this is like the end to that storyline, especially what they were doing since 9 that like, added in everything from the previous games. He said like, he's like, we took you to because I'm sorry, this is spoiler warning if you haven't beat Mortal Kombat 11. Sorry, he's kind of saying that like, okay, you already beat the big bad boss. You fucking control time now. Like you're at the end of the story. Like there's nothing left. he's like, so we found some stuff we could do, but we didn't really need to. But he's like, people like the story enough, we felt like doing this. So that's the cool thing is like, so I think what he's implying is that when they do another game, which it is going to be for the next generation, I think they are like not starting over again, but it's going to be like a new storyline. Like it's not going to be.
And that'd be great. Like I'd like that. But what I really would really like, because I think there are two companies who do it well. Because almost every fighting game has tried it. Tekken, Soul Calibur, whatever. But Smash and Mortal Kombat do the best jobs of integrating characters from other games into there or other media. Like Spawn, great. Alien Predator, what was it? Was it Jason? RoboCop, and it's so fucking cool. They should just do an all-star game. It's gonna take a long time getting licenses and stuff like that. But I mean, if you had a game that just had every, that's just be so awesome. Now, then again, it'd be hard to do. Just like we still haven't seen Tekken cross Street Fighter, which
that game's never gonna happen.
That's the last game I need. Tekken cross Street Fighter.
I agree, but I feel like, listen, they promised us that game like almost 20 years ago, right? I don't think it's happening.
No, it wasn't 20 years ago. It was like 15.
Are you sure? Yeah. No, not 20 quite. Yeah, like more like 15. I don't think it's coming out. I don't think it's happening, big dog. But no, I mean, I think that's a good idea. I mean, because I think that they make very good licensed things, especially the NetherRealm guys. Because I mean, their guest characters in Mortal Kombat have been great. All their DLC characters in Injustice have been great, in my opinion. I mean, they've gotten better over time, obviously. I think in 11, the DLC characters really integrate well with the game, more so than their past games. So I feel like they could do it. I do think it's cool that they're keeping it running with this game. I mean, Boone also implied in the interview with Game Informer that, he would like to even extend Mortal Kombat 11's life more if he could. I mean, we could see people.
Fighting games are just like sports games. They don't need to be made. Like, fighting games usually come out for NetherRealm, I think it's every 2 years. There's a new. 2
years.
Yeah, right. It's on and off 2 years. So it'll be Injustice, then it'll be Mortal Kombat, then it'll be Injustice. And even that is maybe too much, especially now. We're getting to the point where graphical fidelity. I'm not saying it can't go higher. It doesn't have a lot of places to go, but these games look great. I mean, look at Injustice, and Mortal Kombat looks even better than Injustice. Everybody thought Injustice looked great. MK looks, they upgraded it more. If you have something like a Smash, right? Smash is just a cartoon. You don't need to really look that much better. These games should just be updated for a good 5, 6, 7 years. I mean, it's nice to get new ones on platforms. It is, but I would rather have one Tekken, one Mortal Kombat, one Street Fighter, one something, and then between those, you just get a whole bunch of other people making fighting games, like Fighting Herds and shit.
I mean, that's kind of the model that Street Fighter was doing with Street Fighter 4. I feel like they had that game running for a long time. Yeah, I mean, in retrospect, I know people bitched about it, but I feel like they had the right approach, and I feel like that's kind of what we could do now. Because I feel like when MK11 could transfer to the next generation, like, I feel like, they wouldn't be able to make it look as great as some games will, but they could definitely update the textures. They could do a full rehaul of some things and then keep it going if they want to do. Or the next game, you can keep these games going for a while. Like, it's not hard to do so because, I mean, that's the thing is
it's the only problem is making money from it, which of course you got to do stuff.
That's their main goal is making money.
What Street Fighter does, sell costumes, sell stages, have all this stuff. But you can do it. People will buy in, and then you got to work on getting more players. That's one thing that doesn't. It's kind of weird. Games like Dota, League, Call of Duty, they work really hard to get new players. Maybe Call of Duty less so, but they do lots of stuff to introduce more people to the game. Fighting games don't do that. And, they're both difficult genres. They're both competitive genres. I think maybe fighting games are a little less attractive because when you lose, it's your fault. You can't. It's really hard. You have to be really good to play well and lose.
Yeah,
and you can play Call of Duty, play well and lose and still feel good. But in like a fighting game, to play well and then lose,
it sucks.
Well, it's whatever your definition of well is as well. Because you could play like shit against someone else who plays like shit and you feel good about it.
Yeah, I mean, it is different. I mean, I don't know. I mean, back to our original point. I mean, this kind of goes back to the interview too. That's the cool thing. I mean, he kind of agrees with those ideas. Is like, yeah, we'll keep adding shit if people keep playing the game. But you're right. I mean, I feel like it does come down to releasing a new product will get them, more money. So I feel like they're never going to, I feel like they're never going to. I mean, they might pivot to it at some point if they feel like it is. I would pay for an update to a game, not a $60 update. I feel like that would be shitty. But like if they charge me like $10 or $20 every few years to get like a new characters and all that stuff like that, I'd still pay that. But I know that.
Well, I paid. We bought the Aftermath. It's $40, 3 characters. I think that's fine as long as it's not every 2 months or something like that.
That would be shitty.
You drop enough content in one little time and say, hey, you can buy it piecemeal. Because the thing is, people are complaining about this, but all of this you can get piecemeal. You will be able to get I'm sure you'll be able to get the story alone. You will be able to only get RoboCop. You will be able to only get all of these people, right? And get what you want. So I think it's a good model. What I don't like is how Ed Boon can get away without grooming those eyebrows, man.
Hey, man, listen, that's his signature. It looks good. I mean, it'd be like that sometimes. Also, just a few details about Aftermath before we talk about it later. He did say he confirmed something that people were speculating on because they read files and they think they know shit. Originally, when some of this stuff leaked, people were like, it's only 2 or 3 story chapters. He said it's more like 5. And they're bigger than normal story chapters. There's like a couple more fights in them. So if you were worried about hopping on, getting Aftermath, and only playing like, 4 or 5 fights and then watching, a bunch of cutscenes, that's not what's going to happen. So I feel like it's probably going to be like a third or almost like half as long as the original game is what it sounds like. So yeah. So I'm probably going to play through it in a day or two because I just want to see what happens. But I'm excited for it. Also, Boone also said that they literally had to have a list of 80s and 90s characters that they want to put into Mortal Kombat, and it's a matter of just getting licenses and that, whichever they said that they rank them over time. Like over time, one will become number 1 over other ones if they haven't put them in yet, and then they'll decide like, okay, well that's the character we should go with. So it's cool because like they put a lot of thought into who is doing what.
Ooh, what are you doing? Trying to show us your PP?
Yeah, exactly what I'm trying to do.
Oh, God. No. Well, that was, and forever will be, the news.
Cool. All right, what we got next, Chief?
We're just talking about Japan. So I was sent this video by a friend of the show, MXGXPX. And when I saw it, it just made my blood boil. I say all the time.
You have a link, by the way, because I can't find it on YouTube. I can't find the actual video.
It's on Twitter, definitely.
And you didn't retweet it or anything, so I couldn't find it on your profile.
Let me go to. I had to have liked something. Anyway, I always say that Japan. I love Japan. I always have to say before. I love Japan. It's a second home to me. But got to say, but that's the thing. They always make me say, but at the end. They always make me say, I'll always say it. Japan is like North Korea, but with lots of money. That's it. Sure, they don't kill their people out in the open, and they don't do ridiculously crazy stuff, but the propaganda is real. And I was sent this video, which I'm trying to find so I can show. Here we go. I'll send. Here we go. I'm sending it to you now. Found this video, or sent this video.
You're what?
And how do I? I'm sorry, man. I'm not at Twitter.
Oh, through Twitter. Okay.
Yeah, through Twitter. Of Japan on the news, trying to explain why Japanese haven't gotten the corona like the rest of the world. Which I can tell you why they haven't gotten it. It's because they have gotten it and they haven't been testing. If you look at the numbers, they've tested. I was looking at it. It's like 1,100 people per million. So if you don't test anyone, you're not going to get results that you would get if you tested people. It's very clear. If you look at the top countries that have it, Japan, with the number 2 population on there, has the absolute least. You should be able to see that graph somewhere too. That's on my page. But Rico's showing the video now. So in order to explain why Japanese have been so lucky in not getting sick, they show that it's the language, and the holy language of the Japanese is why they don't get sick. Native English speakers, when they speak, or not even native, this woman ain't native, when they speak English, this is a pen. Right. So there's a woman with a tissue in front of her, and in English she says, "This is a pen." Except instead of saying it normally, like "this is a pen," she pushes the pen out of her mouth, and the piece of tissue blows forward like a gust of wind comes through. Because that's how he spread viruses as an English speaker. But as a Japanese person, if you look at it, they put another tissue in front of her. It just says, "Kore wa pen desu." And there's nothing, it doesn't move. Oh my God. It is that wonderful, super intellectual, not at all my language.
You know my favorite part about it? And she's still saying fucking pen.
Yeah, she still says pen in both of them, but in the English one it's pen, pen, and then the other one it's pen. It's ridiculous. I mean, in the comments, the worst part, really, for me, the one that made me, I actually took my phone and threw it against the wall. It was the only thing that kept me from like grabbing my scrotum and stretching it to the floor. I was so angry. Was that people in the comments, a lot of people were like, "This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen." But there were a lot of, all right, excuse me when I say this, white people who were like, this may be true because Japanese, they don't have, when they speak, they don't have any kind of, what do you call it? Fuck, where's my English at? Man, going to Japan ruined every word I have in my vocabulary. They don't have any stress or accents on anything they say. Everything they say is even. And I saw this comment
Look at this
8 or 9 times. Like, have you ever, listen, people are dumb. Thank God you're listening to this podcast. That means you're not. But a lot of people who aren't listening to this podcast are dumb because they can do something as simple as hear something and then someone tell them that what they heard was the opposite of what they heard. And they'll say, okay, someone must have told them, because I've heard this before as well, that that's a nice little, I like that.
Yeah.
Someone must have, if you can't see it if you're on the podcast, but it's an illustration of the pen thing. Someone must have told that person that Japanese people don't have accents. And I've heard that before, which is dumb. Japanese people don't have stress when they speak. That's dumb. Of course they do. That's how you have character. That's how you have characterization of people. You have to have different ways to say things, or else you don't have things like anime voices and all that garbage like that. But I saw tons of people defending this when clearly looking at it, it's the dumbest thing ever. Now, was I surprised? No. Was I angry? Yes. I was super angry. I wanted to. I'm so happy Kawanika wasn't in the room.
This is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. Because like because he sent this to me earlier, and like I heard it, but like I was just listening to it again. I just realized she says pin both times. Like that is just the funniest shit in the world. Like the propaganda you could spit at motherfuckers to make them think that, you know, oh yeah, no, we don't have it. It's
so bad because even the foreigners there. I follow lots of Japanese people and people who live in Japan. They're talking about, hey, what if just maybe Japan was lucky, huh? How even if they were, how could you tell if you're not testing people? How could you and not only not testing, there was a state of emergency, sure, but there was no social distancing.
No, I mean, listen, I'm not gonna call everybody. Listen, I mean, we're stupid over here. I mean, there's videos online of people in Houston in pools and people just out eating because people are fucking stupid. So I mean, you know, I'm not gonna say that we're not any smarter. I mean, there's gonna be a second wave. People are gonna get sick. I mean, I just think that like stuff like this just doesn't help anybody at all. It doesn't improve a situation. It doesn't help anybody. It doesn't make anything better. It just makes people feel, if they're gonna do something, it just makes them feel like they're safe for a reason that they aren't safe. Because she's spitting that pee out, dog. Come on now. Like that's not.
Yeah.
Come on, son. I'm not.
She is. I mean, she is.
I'm doing this shit.
In other Japanese news, did you hear about the Terrace House star who killed herself because of bullying?
Oh no, that sounds terrible.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if do you watch Terrace House?
No, my girlfriend has watched it. I haven't watched it. I heard it's good though.
I really didn't like Terrace House for a long time. I mean, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of reality TV that much.
Then why do you watch reality TV?
Because I live with two ladies.
You have to watch it with them. You got like 3 TVs in the house.
Everybody wants a little bit of me.
Oh God, that's gross. Okay.
Anyway, so one of the people on Terrace House, Hana Kimura, died. She committed suicide. She was being bullied online by people who watch the show. She was 22 years old, and it's just really, really sad. Like people talk
What's
about
wrong with people, dude.
What is so
shitty.
Yeah, but like I think we put a lot of emphasis on the people who hurt themselves over online things and saying, you know, you've just gotta get offline and don't be there. But
that's
you know,
that's
social
shitty
media, that's part of our lives. You can't, especially someone like her. She's a pro wrestler, right? She's kind of famous. Can't stay off of social media. But we really gotta stop people from, like, it's okay to be mean. It is.
Yeah,
people were mean. And
well,
like,
there's difference between harassment and, you know, making a joke about somebody online. And clearly, she was being harassed. It wasn't just, you know, people making funny tweets. Like, that's not.
I just don't know the mindset of like, I always try to sympathize and empathize with all aspects of a situation, just so I can, if I can try to understand it, then I can understand it better, right? I just don't get why you would ever say things like you should have been aborted and all these things over a TV show to a person. I just don't get it. I don't get it. And knowing, like, especially Japanese people, you know, you kill each other or you kill yourselves. I mean, they do suicide all the time, right? You know, things you say are going to affect people in a way, whether they're mentally ill or whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean, people aren't responsible. I mean, it kind of goes to all kinds of internet stuff. I mean, forever, people have just been they've been really shitty about being behind a computer screen. They can say whatever they want. So I mean, like, here's the thing. Like, I'll watch a reality show with my girlfriend, and like, we'll talk mad shit about people in the show, right? We'll talk a ton of shit about them in the show, right? To each other, though. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to keep it in your home. It's like it's okay to make racist jokes at home.
I'm not gonna.
What?
Nope. No. Oh God. So yeah, I mean, it's okay to say those things, like, you know, in between each other, like to yourselves, like, that person's a piece of shit on a TV show. I don't fucking like them. But like, it's a different thing to go online and approach them and be like, hey, fuck you, blah blah blah. Like, nobody needs to hear consistently from random people, you're shit. I don't like you. You're garbage. Like, you can close your computer. Not really, because we all have phones and people can find your number and then they can dox you. And then, I mean, that's what the fucking H3H3 shit's about. I mean, they can do all kinds of shit to you. And I mean, it's not cool, because I mean, it's not 2003 cyberbullying. Like, 2020 cyberbullying is not just fucking like, somebody's making mean tweets about me and I can just mute them. Like, no, it's people, like, every time I log on, somebody's telling me I need to die or that I never need to exist. And it's like, that's not fucking like cool. And you can say whatever about people who kill themselves over words, but like, you know, you try doing that shit and see if that shit is easy for you. Like, that's not,
I mean, and it,
like, come on, dude.
Here's the thing: everyone's going to be affected by that in some way. It's not just it's not water off your back. I mean, you still get wet. You know what I mean? Like, the first time I got on Twitter and ever said anything to anybody, I don't tweet a lot. I tweet more because of the podcast, right? But I don't really tweet anything a lot. I said
Twitter's
something
awful.
to a guy. I didn't even say something to a guy. I commented on the photo. Someone got some half Japanese privileged guy who makes horrible music on SoundCloud got upset at what I said because he's Japanese or half Japanese, and he didn't like what I said and thought I was a dumb monkey nigger and made sure to let me know it. He found me on Instagram and made sure to try to let me know it there too. And then he DM'd me like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Like, these people get out of hand. Like, I don't care.
People are crazy. I mean, like, people do shit like that. And I mean, Twitter is even funnier because, like, people will start trying to do this shit to me on Twitter, and it's really funny because, like, I have my face on Twitter, and whenever somebody who doesn't have their face on Twitter tries to argue with me, it's really funny because they can't argue with me because, like, all they'll do is be like, well, you're black. And I'm like, okay. That doesn't do anything, you fucking moron. You have an anime profile picture and you, like, I can go look at your likes and probably make like 300 jokes. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, we're not going to go through this. So, I mean, but that's the thing is, like, I get it. There are some people like, it's easier. And like, some of us aren't exposed to cyberbullying as much and shit like that. But like, the internet's vicious. Like, people will just like dox you for like no fucking reason. Like, because you said something bad about an artist that they liked, and they'll go dig up a tweet from 5 or 6 years ago and be like, hey, fuck you, and like, we'll follow you and like literally comment on everything. I've had Taylor Swift stands because I shit on Taylor Swift on Twitter, like, come in my mentions for like a week straight, like being like, this is trash, why are you talking about this? And I'm like, oh my god, all I said was I didn't like this thing. Like, I'm just saying, like, whatever your thoughts on cyberbullying or whatever the fuck it was, like, were like 10 years ago, like, update them to 2020. Like, shit can get, there's more people online now and there's worse people online now, and they don't give a fuck.
Well, the worst part is the likely response to this. So everyone knows Japan is wrought with suicide. It happens all the time. Every spring when school starts and things end, when work gets going, people are killing themselves left and right. It just happens. I saw someone jump on a train at least twice, right? It happens. It happens all the time. Horrible occurrence.
Oof.
But the response to this is not, hey, it's get people to stop bullying and try to teach people, because, you know, in Japan you don't usually get to say what you want, so people get online and like, fucking let it loose. It's like they've been holding a fart all their lives and they just let it all go online. You gotta get people to stop doing that. Number 2, you gotta teach people suicide is not the way to go. It's not revenge. It's not putting it in someone's face, because a lot of people do it because they think, I'm gonna show you it's not gonna make anything better for anyone else, right? But that's not
generalize that. But yeah.
I mean,
Continue. No, continue. Just continue. Yeah.
I didn't generalize it. I mean, people do that.
Yeah. No, people do. People do. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
And then, but what they're probably gonna do, and what it looks like, is get rid of reality TV in Japan.
Which is ridiculous.
The conversation seems to be more about, oh, she died because the show's creators didn't take care of her, and she died because
that's not what fucking happens.
people have access to see these things about them and judge them. It's not the people's fault. It's not the culture of it's okay. Or, I don't know. Maybe she was or did have mental problems, or she was depressed or something. Who knows? But the problem is always no one. The problem is always, let's get rid of the TV. Let's not change anything with people. So there's a chance you won't have any more Terrace House. You won't have any more shows like that. At least, long-running things. Because someone died, and it can't really be anyone's fault.
So fucking. Yeah. All right.
But hey, that's Japan.
Fucking Japan.
All right. It's Godzilla. Do you know what Godzilla sounds like?
No. Who's that?
Godzilla.
Who's that?
All right, time to get into main topics.
Hey, so if you're looking at the screen right now, this is the entire Mortal Kombat 11 story getting spoiled. So have fun with
Why are you playing that?
It's the story recap that Johnny did.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you didn't move. Is this the main thing? We kind of just talked about this.
Oh, the Aftermath thing? Oh, I thought we were going to talk about it some more. Well, this was going to be one of the main topics. We were just going to talk a little bit about Aftermath, kind of what's in it. We didn't really get to talk about it last podcast. I figured we would kind of explain a little bit more about it. I mean, we did talk about it earlier. I mean, in case you didn't know, May 26th, Mortal Kombat, new DLC, story DLC, 3 characters, RoboCop, Shiva, and shit, who else is it? Fujin. So it should be super fun. Should be a lot of other stuff. There's also a free update that already came out with all the friendships and stuff in it. And
it's on the same day.
Oh, it's on the same day. Okay, I thought they already came out. My bad. All right.
It's all together. Big update. Cool.
Yeah. So I mean, are you gonna play through the whole campaign on your stream, or how's that gonna go?
It depends on how long it is, because I have to every day, guys. This is how my life works now. Every day, I wake up at the latest 5:30. Wake up at 5:30. Get to the computer, and I'm at that computer all the way until earliest 4:30, latest 6:30. So I need energy. It's vital to my health. So I am gonna stream. I probably start streaming not too soon after I finish work, and then put a few hours in. If we finish it, we do. If we don't, we don't. We'll pick it up the next day or something. But join the stream. You might be listening right now, and the stream is happening. So get in there. It's great to get in there. Like I said, I like small Twitch streams because it's really just hanging out. It's not a whole bunch of people scrolling through a chat that you'll never be able to read.
Including a bunch of fucking stupid emojis and shit. Yeah.
Right. It's like a real hangout thing. So come on, join the party. Story, 3 characters, new stages, new stage fatalities. I'm sure there will be new brutalities added as well. And you have friendships. I'm excited for it. We talked about this earlier, but I think it's going to be pretty rad. I like the way they do their stories, so we'll see. I think I'll enjoy it.
Yeah, it should be good. Which character are you excited to play as the most out of the DLC?
Oh, so I watched them all. There was a combat cast today where they showed RoboCop and Shiva and Fujin. Fujin seems more my type of play.
Yeah, that's what I was
because
thinking.
with Mortal Kombat is very different. Like all these games play differently, right? But Mortal Kombat is kind of its own thing. Street Fighter is kind of its own thing. You don't have lots of games that play like they play each other.
Right,
or
right.
themselves. But in MK11, I seem to like a lot more the 50-50s,
Because
which
yeah,
means
it's shitty as hell to defend against.
which means you attack high and low. I like really good. I kind of like making other people make mistakes so that I win. I like that. I feel like Fujin can do that with. He's kind of a mix with that.
Yeah,
Not really a zoner, but mid range up close. I like that. Shiva looks cool. I like the grappling.
Shiva looks a lot better than I thought she would. I think that's the one I'm looking forward to.
Did you watch the combat cast today?
Yeah, I caught some of it. I didn't watch the entire thing, but I watched pieces of each character.
Shiva looks good. I think I can learn to play with her. RoboCop, just for looking like RoboCop, I'm definitely gonna play as him.
It's hilarious.
When I play fighting games, I usually learn 80 to 100% of the cast just because it's fun to do. And I really like how RoboCop is looking. So I'm excited to play all three of them. I do want to get like a new main. I love Sub-Zero, but he's really, really, really simple. What you need, like a game plan is, and I kind of want like a more interesting.
Nah, dude, dude. I'm telling you. Going to casual match with Sub-Zero is some of the most fun shit I do with this game because this game's been out for over a year. Nobody knows how to beat Sub-Zero still.
Well, I mean, he's a really well-balanced character. I mean, his strengths and weaknesses complement each other.
I like going to autopilot. It's so funny.
But yeah, anyway, if you're into that, come catch a stream.
Yeah.
The other main topic, which is supposed to be the main topic, Sony PlayStation 5 processing houses. That's not what I put there.
No.
Man, this man be changing all the topics, changing the topics. When I said, so we should be at some point within the next 2 weeks getting a Sony presentation.
Yeah,
that's going to show off the PlayStation 5. Rumors are we're going to see new games, continuations of old games and new games. We're going to see the console. We're going to see it actually working and running. We're actually going to see the PlayStation 5 doing something, which is a lot more than we've seen before. All we've got really is Unreal 5 engine running on it, which is, while impressive to look at, it's not a game.
Yeah.
So I just want to know, what are you looking forward to seeing what do you want to see at this thing? And what do you think would be a bad thing for them to show? I think the worst thing they could do. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. I think that the worst thing they could do is show us whatever, I don't know. I want them to show games. I want them to show us a couple of launch party titles, and I want them to show off the controller, show off how the controller actually works, not just tell us about it. And I want them to show the actual console and what it looks like. I mean, because we don't know what it looks like yet, which I think that's kind of odd because we're not even 6 months away from it coming out, and we don't even know what it looks like. So I feel like we need to know what it looks like. We need to know how the controller works. We need to see a few games. That's what I'm looking forward to in terms of what we should see within the next 2 weeks. And I also want to see I want to see what makes it stand out from the next consoles that isn't just better graphics and better gameplay or whatever. I want to see is there a way that they're going to have the share button work better? How are they reworking that? How is that going to integrate with other things? And also, I mean, what's their version of whatever Xbox is doing, where if you buy their version of the game on PS4, you get it on PS5 automatically? Are they going to have something like that? And I feel like that would be a mistake if they didn't have something like that, because I feel like that is another incentive to get an Xbox One X, especially for people who may have been thinking about switching. If they can't switch and, maybe do that, then, that's not really a good bonus. So I feel like they should actually pick up the pace with showing some things. And I do think it's because they have a lot of stuff that they're not really too worried, but it is I feel like Corona might have also slowed them down a little bit, but I feel I feel like they need to kind of pick it up. I feel like now it's okay, great. now you need to show us the console, show us the controller, show us some games. That's how I feel. So, and apparently, I mean, this is just speculation. I mean, this is in this article I found too. I mean, Maximilian Dude was like, yeah, I have industry friends and like other people I know who are like knowing that like Sony apparently has a bunch of shit up their sleeves. And, you know, I don't take too much credit to that, but I mean, it's just like another comment that's been out there. So, yeah.
I really hate that all these YouTube and podcast guys are always like, I got an inside man, and he says, like, they don't have an inside man. Like, they're getting told this stuff. I mean, they just getting, because they're supposed to be the one. The best promotion you can do is pay a YouTuber $3,000 that's gonna reach fucking 4 million people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. And well, I don't even think they're paying them. I think that the streamers just think they have clout and they think they actually know something.
Well,
what he said, he didn't actually say anything either. He just said, "Is your room more?" Yeah, he said they've been working on games for a long time, and this is Maximilian Dude. Well, like I like Maximilian Dude. It's cool. They've been working on games for a long time. It's been rumored more and more now that Sony has a pretty big fucking lineup when it comes to the launch of their system. And we can back that up because that's what me and Matt Sibbons, collaborator Matt Sibbons, have been hearing from industry friends and things for a while. I've been hearing that shit for literally 2 years. So like I said, it's not any detail. It's not like it's like a very general statement. Like, I know a guy who knows a guy, and he said that Sony's got some shit. So it doesn't. I feel like he just thinks he has clout and he can just, you know, say stuff. But I mean,
no, I mean, whatever. What I want to see, top of my list, the best thing they could show me, and I'd be like, all right, I'm already in, right? But I'd be like, this is the bomb. Give me my Bloodborne 2.
Yeah.
Give me my God of War 2.
Oh, I think they might have that.
Give me my next Uncharted. Give me my I do want my.
I think Uncharted's done.
Whatever, they're gonna make something else. They got
I was about to say, did you even finish Uncharted 4? Like,
no, I haven't finished Uncharted 4. All right, thanks for trying to ruin the game for me. How about you let me have my say in what I want?
I can't ruin the game for you. Nobody said all that.
I can't have my say. I can't have my say.
I mean, I'm just saying you're probably missing.
I'm gonna say, I can't have it.
No, you can't.
And anyway, like I said, I want the things that I know are good. Show me that, right? Of course, we're gonna get new stuff. We're gonna get new IP and all this stuff, but all of that is unproven. I really don't care. Like whenever a game's announced, I usually don't really give two shits until it comes out or it's right about to come out. You know, I mean, It doesn't matter what it is, unless it's something I know. I know I like Uncharted. I know I like Neo. I know I like, you know, what I like. So I want them to give me and everyone else what we know we like.
Right.
That's what I get that. I want to see 45 fucking minutes of games I know I like and I know I'm gonna like, or at least games from studios that we know are gonna make great things. Like, I'd like another Ratchet and Clank that's being rumored to come around. I'd like another Batman. I'm fine with that. Like, show me stuff I know I'm gonna like. You know, I think Xbox goes about it wrong. They try to show you like, we're gonna have all these games,
well,
and there's gonna be a number. Yeah, that's a thing, but it's gonna be like a number of games, and the number of games is super important. I mean, you want to play games, but the number of games doesn't matter when it's just Steam stuff. Look at Steam; they've got the most. PC has the most games out of everything ever and will ever have. Right. And 90% of it's garbage.
Yeah, no, most stuff on Steam is really bad.
You know, even the garbage that looks good is garbage, or it's really, 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 really niche. And not saying niche things shouldn't exist on consoles. I'm just saying niche things, they don't need to be front and center. That's not going to get me to do anything, right? You know?
I mean, I think, no, I totally get that. It's like, I feel like this is the boring part of the console, you know, showing like people showing off their shit, and that's really what I think is kind of weird. Is like, it's almost something where we should be seeing more than, hey, here's all these third-party games. Like I feel worried for Microsoft because I don't know if they have anything that's not really that
they'll have
third-party. Like,
but
okay,
yeah,
Halo Infinite, I
third-party are gonna
guess.
be
But
everywhere.
we haven't even seen that shit yet. Like, you know.
I want to see. I've been looking at Dream stuff. I mentioned it a few weeks ago. Dreams looks awesome. I want to see some PlayStation 5 Dream Machine stuff. I just want to see stuff that's gonna be. I can put hours and play that. I'm not the kind of guy to just pick up a game, play it for 30 minutes, and say, "Oh, I don't like that." Whatever I play, I finish it. I go all the way, even if it's. Well, I don't play trash things. That's outside. I'm not.
Oh, okay. You don't play. You never play a bad video game.
No, I don't say. The worst I play these days, mediocre. All right, worst is mediocre, but I'll finish them. I tell you that. And I don't want to finish trash. I just want my God of War 2. I want my Bloodborne 2. I want Elden Ring to be shown. Show me that stuff.
I think Elden Ring's gonna come before Bloodborne 2.
Maybe.
Hell, I mean, I don't even know if it's gonna be Bloodborne 2. It might be something different. I don't know.
Maybe, but you got to realize Bloodborne is very heavily. Like Sony has a really heavy hand in Bloodborne. Even if you look at like the first Bloodborne, yeah. From did that. That's From's game. There's a lot of Sony involved in there. It's not just like From made a game and Sony was like, let's get that. Right. A lot of Sony guys on top of that. So, I wouldn't be surprised if, I really hope From does it, but I wouldn't be surprised if From has less of a hand.
Right.
Bloodborne.
That's true.
The worst thing they could do is do it. It's not just show me third-party stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to see no fucking third-party stuff. Well, I mean, the good thing is all the third-party stuff they show to Xbox. Like, I was just on their YouTube page. They already have those trailers on the PlayStation YouTube page. So I don't think they're going to show those. If they show those at their thing, it's wasting my time.
No, they have to because, like we mentioned earlier, lots of people are stupid. There are people. I guarantee you, there's someone who saw that stuff on Xbox. Well, it's not even just stupid. I'm not gonna go that far. There are people who are not well informed of things, and someone sees Call of Duty or Assassin's Creed. They saw it on the Xbox thing, like, oh, it's on the Xbox. Okay, I want that game. I'm gonna get an Xbox. Sony has to show those things because a lot of people don't know. And you think it's silly, but a lot of people don't know that it's on both consoles. It's just how information works. If you're in the games, you know. If you're not,
well, I mean, Shavar, here's the thing. I mean, I think this is a little different because even E3. I mean,
but E3 is different because E3 is done with deals and contracts.
Okay, that's nice. That's not what I'm saying. E3's E3. They literally don't like. I think they do have deals with Microsoft and stuff to be like world exclusive. Like, here's the first time we're going to show. We're only going to show it the Xbox thing. And even then, I mean, like when they used to have the conferences and stuff back in the day, if Sony showed something that Microsoft showed already or vice versa, they would just like show you a quick flash of it. It wasn't like they could show the whole trailer again or anything like that. Like, hey, we have this game too.
They'll show it.
Yeah, they'll show it. Yeah. I don't think they're gonna like go like show the whole trailer again or anything like that. I think they're gonna say we also have this game, but I don't think they're gonna do the whole, hey guys, it's me with this studio and we're gonna talk about third-party game. Like, I don't think they're gonna do that bullshit. But no, I mean, I think they already have the room to do what they did to Microsoft. I think the E3 before both of their consoles came out, which is, I think that they destroyed Microsoft before the Xbox One and the PS4 came out because they showed Kingdom Hearts. Granted, Kingdom Hearts didn't come out until like fucking 5 years later. They showed a bunch of other exclusives that people wanted. They actually showed exclusives. They had a bunch of games. They said, hey, at the time, Microsoft had that thing where you had to be online to play other games or like to trade games and stuff. And they were like, just kidding. You can just play games on our console. Like, and I feel like they're in that same position right now. I feel like they have time to, at this state of play or at the next couple state of plays, be like, boom, we got games, and boom, this is this new special thing with our thing. Not
they have time, yeah.
Valhalla, I think they might pull some bullshit and be like, we have actual Valhalla gameplay, which like I don't care, I don't give a shit. Everybody's like, it wasn't a gameplay trailer, it was like I don't want to see Valhalla gameplay. It's fucking Assassin's Creed. I'm good, but I think that they should they should focus on being exciting out the gate instead of slow rolling shit that nobody's really gonna play. Nobody's gonna remember that horror game that Microsoft showed during their thing. Like, yeah.
That was the podcast is an hour and 45-minute mark.
All right.
Here's what we're gonna do. We should just do 2 episodes a week because.
I mean, that was the last topic, wasn't it?
Yeah, but we got other stuff. We got listener questions.
We got a few minutes. Let's do it.
Well, thanks for listening to that. Read a question. So I asked none of you fuckers ever write anything in. So I asked my friends what they want to talk about. As my friends are, they don't write full sentences. They just write things. So let me open this up. Let's take a look. All right. So Ethan, Keemstar.
Ethan.
If you don't know, it's a long thing. Keemstar is this guy on YouTube, been around a whole long time.
He's the worst person on earth.
He does news.
I've hated Keemstar for the longest time.
He's kind of like the TMZ of YouTube. Ethan just makes videos about other YouTubers for the most part. At some point, Keemstar made a video saying Ethan was a fraud, or was actually frauding money.
From Payday 2. Yeah.
So they've been going back and forth, video after video, and I think Ethan's winning here.
He's definitely winning. He's winning by a lot right now. I would say
Keemstar has been known for a long time to be a not great person.
He exploits people.
He exploits people.
He doxes people.
He goes over how Keemstar was very insensitive and kind of antagonistic to Etika's mental health.
And Etika killed himself last year. Rest in peace.
How he accused another streamer, an older man. I don't really care that he's an old man. That's getting played on a lot, but he accused another streamer of being a pedophile.
Yeah, that's fucked.
He was not a pedophile.
He wasn't a pedophile.
He also accused another streamer of being a pedophile who may have been a pedophile. I'm still not sure yet, but he kept kind of going after him, even though he hadn't been arrested or anything like that.
It was.
Loves. Ethan talks about these things.
He's a psychopath. Yeah.
The thing that kind of sparked the most controversy was Ethan going after Keemstar's sponsors.
Boo. Ooh. He lost his sponsor, which is amazing.
Is the weirdest. Well, he says he called them and said they don't have to worry about it. I'm sure, I'm pretty sure they'll sign back up with him in a year or something.
Did you see the newest video about the guy who also who said that Keemstar came after his
talked about his kids? Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Saying his kid was jacking off a dog.
Keemstar is a liar and an asshole. I fucking hate
the internet is weird, and I don't know if it's because for the first time you get everyone's view at once, especially people's views who don't match yours. If you go to the internet, you're gonna get a lot of views that stand out to you because they don't match what you think, and because your friends don't think the same. They're your friends, right? It's really weird to hear how people talk about everything is okay, except going after people's money. That's not okay.
You want to know something funny though? I did see some people. I don't agree with this point. Some people were also saying like you shouldn't have brought Etika back up, and I was like, well, I mean, what was he supposed to do? Not talk about it? Like it happened. Like,
well, here's the thing. I don't always agree with Ethan either, because I think Ethan at times is a bully as well. Not when I'd say sometimes he kind of really harps on a person, and it gets kind of really weird and personal, like him and that girl, the one the blonde one that that thing. I
haven't kept up with H3H3 I think since like 2018. So I was out of a loop until Shavar told me to watch this stuff. I haven't watched that dude in a minute, so I don't know.
to me, that stuff is really like, I mean, you let it go or whatever, but that's what he does. He goes after someone says something to him or about him, and he talks about him. He blows him up.
I
And
will
so,
say all the videos that he's done that revolve around this, I think that they're mostly pretty funny. But yeah,
they're pretty funny.
Yeah.
I like his editing, but
yeah, his editing's fucking funny.
the whole bringing up etiquette thing is being disrespectful. I think it seemed that way because the anniversary of Atticus' death was the same week. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and I don't think that was intentional. I don't think that.
I don't think it was intentional at all. I think that's just what happened.
Yeah,
I think I think it's just coincidence. But I don't think. I understand it might feel a little.
Wait, so pause. What was the question?
They just want us to talk about it.
Oh, so it wasn't a question. It was just okay, cool. Okay, I mean, I think it's interesting. See, because I watched all the videos yesterday. I didn't watch the Keemstar videos, and I want to support him. But I watched Ethan's videos, and I mean, I don't know. It's funny because I think it's entertaining. But also, like, I've really fucking hated Keemstar for a long time. I do not fuck with Keemstar. I've seen stuff he's done over time. I've, like, seen how he talks to people and all the racist stuff he's done over time and all the hateful stuff he's done over time. I don't like Keemstar. So, like, it's funny because, like, there was a content... Because, I mean, if you're in YouTube stuff, I don't like iDubbbz either, but iDubbbz does Content Cop, which I like some of those videos. Some of the Content Cops are really funny. But sometimes when he does those videos, it kind of fucks people's viewers. Like, they lose a lot of, like, subs. They lose a lot of views. And he did one about Keemstar a while ago that did kind of fuck Keemstar up, but, like, he didn't really, like... I mean, he's still here. Like, it didn't, like...
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, which is kind of weird. Everyone's known all these things about Keemstar for the past, like, 5 or 6 years. This is none of this.
I didn't... Stuff. Well, I will say I didn't know... I only knew, going into this, I only knew like maybe 25% of stuff. I didn't know all of it. I knew like some of it. I didn't know all of it though.
If you watch YouTube like I do, you know about it. The thing is, it doesn't matter. Keemstar is gonna always be there. He'll always get sponsors. He'll always make money. People will just support him because they like that drama or whatever it is. I don't know. It's not gonna go away. But my point that I was trying to make is it's just so weird that the money trumps everything. Yeah, it's just weird that you can be sexist, racist, homophobic. You can talk about someone's the way they look. You can make fun of how they talk. You can do anything. You make fun of where they're from. That's just okay bad.
But don't go after their money.
Going after their money, it's just. You're horrible. And then the people who said this, they go after those people's money. If you go to Old Spice's tweet from 2 days ago and read it, every comment is from a Keemstar fan saying Ethan is a racist because he said nigger faggot when you had iDubbbz on the podcast. So it's like,
edit that out.
Why? It's what he said.
But that doesn't mean you should or can say it, Shavar. I shouldn't explain it to you. You're not 5 years old.
Which part can I say?
Oh my God. Are you stupid? Which part do you think you can't say? I'm not having this argument with you. You're not 5 years old. I'm not doing this. Which part do you think you can't say?
Anyway.
Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah.
Anyway. So
no, I mean, I get that. I thought it was really stupid. I thought it was really dumb that people were saying that, like, he's going after his money. Like, what is wrong with you people? Like, I don't, and I love it because, like, another defense from people, I'm sorry, if you're listening to this, you're a fan of Keemstar, stop listening to this podcast. Get the fuck out of here. But, I mean, I saw people who, no, fuck you. No, fuck, not you, sure. Fuck them if they listen to Keemstar. I mean, like, I see them in Twitter comments being like, well, I mean, he's apologized for all these things before. We've seen what his apologies look like. He doesn't fucking apologize for shit. Like, the old man was like, hey, fucker, it's been a year since you ruined my life. And he was like, if you fucking bring this up again, I swear to God. Like, no. What did he say? He said, see, I'm being really level-headed right now because I want to tell you to shut the fuck up. So, yeah, I mean, I I know Keemstar's not gonna go away because they're always terrible people, and terrible people will always support Keemstar because they like drama. It's the same reason that people watch TMZ and shit. I mean, there are people who have nothing better to live for than seeing real life things happen and pretending that they don't have actual consequences, or that, you know, there's no reason to fucking not be a goddamn psychopath like most people on the internet are. I just like when people, I like when people talk about, you know, what this motherfucker does, because there are a lot of people who don't fuck with him, but like, you're right. I don't think that there's a way that he's gonna go away, because people are gonna still keep fucking with his shit. I mean, they still watch his stuff, obviously, and like drama like this is just gonna give him more, you know, clout. So I mean, they're gonna keep going back and forth. I feel like Ethan's just gonna keep making more videos because he's made 3 in the past like week, and I think he's gonna probably.
Yeah, well, I hope it stops because it's not gonna end up at anything. You either think Keemstar is a bad person, or you think,
or you're
all right,
terrible.
That's it. It's no different from Donald Trump. You're not going to convince someone who likes Donald Trump not to like him. You're not going to convince someone who doesn't like Donald Trump to like him. That's just how it is. You're on one side of the fence or the other. The other thing they wanted to talk about was Maneater, the new shark game. You see that?
Yeah, I haven't seen gameplay of it. Was it good? I heard it's good. It looks good.
Everyone's raving about it. I mean, every YouTuber's got a video. Every review place has a review for it. I don't know where the game came from because it's kind of popped up. And great marketing, whatever they did in the back room somewhere to get people to talk about this game.
You fucking conspiracy theorist motherfucker.
I'm just saying, I'd never heard of it before.
I've never heard of it. It must be a plant.
I didn't say it's a plant. It's a game.
I'd heard of it. It's just it was on nobody's radar until it came out, and it was like, oh shit, it's actually good. I had heard about it. I mean,
but that's the thing. I didn't hear oh God, it's actually good. The day it came out, like that morning that it came out, it was just everywhere. It wasn't like it took a day or a week. Like Five Nights at Freddy's, that was like 2-3 weeks later. It's like, whoa, this game, blah, 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 blah. People like that, right?
2-3 weeks? I wouldn't say all that.
A week. It wasn't like a week. Flappy Bird wasn't one day of, no. I mean, this is day one. Boom. Everyone's playing this.
I get what you're saying. I feel like that's just, but dude, I feel like that's just modern gaming and modern streaming and stuff. I mean, stuff spreads fast. I think no. I mean, and you're right. People might have just said they might have sent this game to people and be like, "You should play this." I get it, but I mean, it's very possible that they just like people just knew about this thing and you didn't.
I'm saying it's possible. I'm also saying I've never seen an advertisement for it, and I've been on all the websites. I've never seen a preview for it. I constantly go through the things. I'm not saying I just missed it. I could have just missed it, gone on my radar, but I am saying my radar is pretty big. All right,
bro. You still asking me what music comes out every week? I don't believe you.
I didn't say my music radar. My game radar.
Okay.
Anyway. Anyway, in all honesty, looking at the game, because my friends were talking about the game and I've watched the game, it looks like whatever the next generation of iPad will be able to run this. And I don't see where all the fun is, like the hours and hours of fun. I can see this game like
I've seen plenty of shitty looking games that I was like, well, how could I put so many hours into this? And then if I played it, I was like, oh, I kind of get it.
Yeah, I might be wrong. I might be wrong. And I was considering buying it. I went to the PlayStation Store and I searched for it, and I was surprised to see that it cost 4 times more than I would pay for it. Now, I don't know. I'm not a shark game enthusiast. In fact, I would go as far to say I don't even like shark games. Because I ain't never I did play one shark game. Remember that game on the PC or on the Mac, actually, where you get to you could be like an ant with a little fish, eat some coral.
Yeah.
That game was nice to be a shark. But then you die of hunger because you get too big.
Yes.
But besides that, looking at it might be fun. I don't know. $40 seems a bit much to me, but I don't know. No. It does look like
No, it doesn't
I mean,
look great.
the
I mean, we're
gameplay
showing
is
we're showing the game.
buying stuff and then upgrading. It's like kind of, I don't know.
I mean, hey man, motherfuckers stuck inside right now. Shit weird. I mean, leave people alone, man. Maybe this is just what people needed right now. Was this fish-eating fucking game? I will say it does not look good.
It's not a fishing
game.
Not.
I mean, okay, it's not. Okay, it doesn't look graphically. It does not look very good from what I'm looking at on this gameplay we're looking at. It does not look.
I mean, it doesn't look bad.
It doesn't look bad.
It's got like an art style to it. It's like got like this cartoony kind of Walking Dead-ish art style to it.
Chris Parnell is like which is funny.
The theme is like a documentary being shot, and it follows a shark hunter and the shark, and so like the narration is like informative or something. I don't fucking know. Thank you for listening to the show.
Yeah.
Listen to Super Chevy Brothers Podcast.
Shit! I mean, we're just going. Okay.
Oh, you know what? There's one more thing.
Oh my God! No! I was joking. This is time to end, right?
No. There's one more thing. We got recommendations. I already told you don't ever watch John Henry.
Didn't we already do that at the beginning? Isn't that the point?
No, we didn't. Then we talked about what we did.
Okay.
Recommendations at the end of this page, buddy. I watched John Henry. Don't watch him. I mean, watch it so you can talk about how bad it is.
Don't watch it.
Really bad. I watched The Lighthouse with Green Goblin and Twilight Man.
I heard that was good. Yeah. I need to watch it still.
I think what's Green Goblin's name?
You know his fucking name.
It's gone on me.
You mean Willem Dafoe? No, I know his fucking name. Dafoe. You loser.
Willem Dafoe and what's Twilight guy?
How dare you disrespect RPAT like that? I'm tired of you, man.
RPAT? Robert Pattinson.
Pattinson, not Patterson. Who are you?
Robert Pattinson. I think the performances in the movie were good. I've never seen Pattinson in anything besides Twilight, and the only thing I've seen of Twilight was watching people make fun of it on YouTube.
Dude, no, Robert Pattinson's a good actor. You should check out some of his other movies. On Netflix right now is Good Time, which is made by the same person who made Uncut Gems, which is also on Netflix as of today.
Let me get to my story here. All right.
So, I can fucking talk. So I recommend some other RPAT films. He makes good movies.
Why do you call him RPAT?
Because that's like his nickname. Why are you sounding like an asshole?
Oh, I was just trying to sound like you. Anyway, the performances were really good. I was surprised with Pattinson. I really liked Dafoe in it. I think at first I really hated the black and white because the black and white is really flat. Like a lot of times they pull the contrast out. It's really flat. It's like the highlights are taken out completely. But then it kind of grew on me, especially when they were doing more like the portrait shots and the close-up face. I think the cinematography in it is actually really, really good. Like the themes in it, I think they push a little. I think they do well by keeping it subtle enough, but I think they also push a little bit too much on it. There's a lot about dominance of men and masculinity and a little bit of not homophobia, but like homoerotic loneliness, things like that. It's basically about two lighthouse keepers. One.
You just tell us about the whole movie now, or what? Are you gonna just let us watch it?
I'm recommending the movie. So
you're about to tell us what the fucking movie's about, dude.
I cannot tell you the synopsis of what.
You already told us enough. I think that's enough.
I told you two actors in it. I didn't.
No, you already told us some shit that happens in it and the themes. I think that's enough. I'm not trying to hear the whole thing.
What? You can mute until I clap.
I'm not. Yeah.
I think if you want to watch this movie, it's an all right movie to watch. I'm not really a fan of the plot. I do feel like it doesn't. Some parts of it hold up really cool. I think it's really good. Like, it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Some parts of it just feels a little dragged out. So give it a look. I think I watched it on Amazon Prime. It was free on there. I also watched so the Neo 2 documentary, it's a little slow. It's kind of intimate feeling. It feels intimate, but it's about the producer / director. And it's kind of mostly about him putting forward the art director and sound director and their little story of building the game and philosophy behind it and things. It's not like the most interesting thing, especially if you don't like Neo 2. But if you do like Neo and you are interested in kind of the people behind it, I think it's a really not fun. I won't say fun. It's a really interesting, intriguing, informative documentary that it's just interviews with a lot of sad music, but I liked it. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for coming to Super Chevy Brothers Podcast. Please send me an email telling me how lucky I am to get fussed at every time I want to talk a little bit. Follow us on Twitter at Super Chevy Bro. Follow us on Facebook at Super Chevy Bros. Give us an email at superchevybros@gmail.com. You can see us on Twitch. Check the Twitter to see which Twitch profile we're streaming from. My Twitter page is Chavar Price, at Chavar Price. Chaval is at Chaval P. If you want to hear more about the Neo thing, you can always at me because apparently I'm not allowed to talk about it. But, anything you want to add, Biko?
No, I'm good. Catch you guys next week.
Goodbye.